Okay, so I've created another OSD that actually, if I open it, it crawls my local LAN in search of shared folders. So it basically just see what computers has what shared folders and it displays it to me. So let me just quickly show you how it looks. If I open it, it tries to see what computers on the network has shared folders. So it checks for the ports and so on. It uses nmap to actually discover all of this. And then as you can see, this is my local PC's IP. So there's obviously a shared folder on here. So it's all protected by credentials, and all I have to do is put it in. So let me just put mine in. As soon as you put it in, it can actually show you the folder that's shared on this specific PC. Okay, it found another one. So this is a laptop. This is one of my laptops sitting on the network somewhere. And this one's got a shared, it's got a external hard drive with shared folders on there, plugged into the laptop. Right, so let's just put that password in, credentials, and then it found another one, 50. I'm not sure which one is this now. Which one is this? Oh, this is the one on the server. This is a VM. This is a VM. Then these ones, I have no idea what they are. It could be phones even. But anyway, it displays all of the computers with shared folders nice in columns. So this is that shared folders on the external hard drive plugged into my laptop on my LAN. So this is just my shared folders where I save all my recordings and YouTube videos. So if I open it, it will show all the stuff there. YouTube videos, and universal share is just a share that I use to dump in everything. Then this one is the VM. I just created a shared folder. I just shared the downloads folder, as you can see, and I put just a normal text file in there just for an example. And let's see. Okay, I think that duplicates, but I'm not sure what that is. But let's go to the VM quickly. So let me just show you. This is the VM. If I check the IP 192.168.0.50. So I was playing around with the IP's internal private internal network. So it's probably got two IPs now. That's why it actually opened that one column there as well. So it's a bit confused. I just have to flush all of this out. So there's one IP again. Let me just check that. Yeah, so it obviously picks up this 0.50, which is that one. Let me just open it again. Right, there it is, yeah, downloads. So if I go to, yeah, I think I just need to flush that IPs. So if I go to the shared folder, you just open a file browser. If I go to my downloads folder, there's that glass text. So it is definitely on this one. So yeah, this is basically what that OSD does. So I can literally take this QML file, which is the OSD, copy it onto a completely different network and completely different PC, run it, and it will scan that environment for shared folders. Give it that all the necessary programs are installed, like an nmap and obviously SMB and so on. I did put it here in my Github. So there's the folder. Programs needed for this OSD. I just put it in one long command. You can just run it and install it. And then it shows the Quickshell install. So if you want to run it from your terminal, straight from GitHub, you can just copy all the files straight to your PC and you can run it. And then where is the, oh, there's the binding. So this is the key binding in hyprland.lua. Just an example if you want to key bind it. All right, so what this does, so if I open this OSD, you see that it populates, so that one, I just ignore that one. So it populates this one automatically, so it doesn't ask for the password every time. So why that is, if you run it for the first time, it's going to ask you for the passwords, but then it just saves a credential file. I'm not going to open it because all my passwords are in there. It saves the passwords in there, in the same folder that the files are in. Now, I mean, you can secure this, but I mean, it's on your own network, so it's not that big of a deal. So next time when it runs, you can just read the passwords from here and just populate that columns for you. Right, so let's just create another share on this VM quickly. Hopefully it will work. I don't know why sharing a folder is such a mission on Linux. Oh, I'm so lazy. So obviously if you want to share a folder, you're gonna have to install Samba, smbclient and so on for that to work. There's other ways, but this is quite compatible across networks. Even on if you have a Windows machine on your network, it will just work. It will see a share on that folder. In fact, my external drive with that share folders is running through a Windows 11 operating system. Right. So once you install that, you have to create the Samba configuration file. So in etc samba smb.conf, just create that file, and then obviously copy the default settings in there, so that it has this file, and then the folder that you want to share as well. I don't know if there's another way to share folders. Tell me in the comments, my god. Maybe I'm just an idiot, but anyway. Then obviously the path. So this was the downloads folder. And obviously your user. So this user is called class. I call it class. Anyway, you create that file, and then you give it permissions. So you give your user and the folder permissions, the correct permissions. Then you can just test it, test prompt to see if it goes. And then sudo systemctl enable SMB, obviously. So just enable your SMB so that it runs. And yeah, well, let's just do that quickly. So obviously I've done that. I can let's just see. Sudo pacman, where is that file now? I can just use this off to get into that file again. So sudo nano. Right, there's that. So I want to include obviously the documents. I want to share the documents folder. So let's just copy this. Put that there. Just call this documents. Documents, home class, and then documents. There must be an easy way, or not. The rest stays the same, really. That's downloads, and this is documents. Yeah, that should be it. So if I save that, exit, all that file is already, it's already got the right permissions. So I don't have to do that again. I wonder if I run test parameters. Downloads, documents. Well, it looks like it's good. Right, so it's visible on localhost. Let's see if it's visible. Oh, there it is, documents. That is weird. that it just worked. Anyway, let's run my little OSD again and see if it actually picks that up. I'm just gonna skip that one for now. Oh, there it is, documents. Oh, how nice. It just worked. Okay, that was actually quite easy. So I just added it into this file and give it the right permissions. Huh, who would have thought? So if I open documents, just to show you that it is that one. All vulnerabilities txt. I'm not sure what that file is about. Something I created before. If we open my OSD again, I go to, there's that one, .0.50, that's that VM. Open documents, and there's the all vulnerabilities text. That is pretty cool. So you can create on your LAN, you can create shared folders, run this OSD, and it will pick it up, put in the credentials, and then you can just see what folders are shared on your network. And then I made it where, let's just kill that one. I made it where I can actually copy. Yeah, I need to refresh that VM. It's just screwing around now. So if it finds more, you can just drag this. We'll just list all the shared folders on here, which is pretty cool. Anyway, I made it so that I can actually copy my files from the one PC to the other into the shared folders. So let's open the documents folder on that VM, and then let's open my universal share because I don't care what's in here. Let's see, yeah, and then I basically left click on it and drag it. Then you can see the column lights up that you can drag it to, and then I can just left click again, and then hopefully it will be copied there. All vulnerabilities, there it is. My goodness, look at that. So now it's on my universal share, which is my local, which is that external drive on that laptop. So let's just go to my machine here. Let's close this. Let's open my Dolphin. So I've switched over to Dolphin. My god, Funar was just giving me all kinds of issues. Right, so I have shared folders in my Dolphin here. So there's that recording share, universal share, and YouTube enterprise. So I save that file, I drag that file over to universal share. If I click on there, yeah, I should figure out how to make my text white again. Like, wow, really? Can't see nothing. And oh, there it is. Boom. Let's open it to see what it actually is. Oh, okay, it's just SSH stuff, ports and so on. It's that file, yeah. Okay, that's pretty cool. So yeah, so this OSD can actually, it doesn't just show the shared folder, but it can actually copy files over as well. So let's go to one of my recordings. Well, I suppose this is the recordings. Why does it look so funny? Well, that's something I can actually fix. I want to see the extension really. It doesn't show the extension. It shows the extension here though. Huh. Huh. That's funny. Anyway, let's go to the universal share. There must be, yeah, there's a quite a sizable MP4 file. Let's copy that to this VM's downloads folder. So it basically just drag it and then copy it there, and it's going to show you a progress bar here while it's copying. So it copies it to .0.50 from .0.30. Okay, so it looks like it copied it. So let's go to the VM, and it was in the downloads folder. There it is. Oh, snap doodles. Let's just open it. Oh, I don't think there's a video player on here. Does Arch have a video player by default? Don't think so. Eh? So you can't actually play videos on Arch. You have to install it. Install a video player, yeah. So I can't play it now. So there it shows on Funar. Just put it in here as well. Just to show you that it's actually in here. So let's cd to the downloads folder, ls. Let's make this bigger. ls. There it is, Maya goals.mp4, that video file. So yeah, it's definitely copying it over. I'm so glad of this, because sometimes I just want to share the files. I just want to see what shared folders are on my PCs, and sometimes I want to copy something from my main PC to a VM, and this is going to make it much easier than using the normal file browsers, because you still have to set it up in a file browser. With this, it just works. You put in your credentials and it's done. With a file browser, I had to set this folders up here, the shared folders. Manually I had to set them up. Where would they be? Oh my god, this text is now so dark. Yeah, so I had to mount them. Obviously, if you have shared folders, you have to mount them on your system that you want to see them in. So they are mounted in root mount. Let's just see recording share. Yeah, there it is. So yeah, you still have to do that, but with this OSD, it basically just works. So I can obviously do a lot more in this OSD, but I just want to keep things basic and simple. I don't want to overcomplicate it. So it doesn't show normal folders, only shared folders, because I don't need this for normal folders. I can just use a file browser, which works better. But for shared folders, perfect. And now I know exactly the pieces that have shares on them. Yeah, so that's basically how this OSD works. So like and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Good.